Hello, God bless from Up Ministries. It's me, Dick Jr. I'm coming to you today to read you Zechariah chapter 13. Excuse me. Now, I prayed and I asked God to help me to speak with you before I started this video. And I suggest that anytime you place yourself in God's Word, that you pray also and that you ask Him for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding specifically. He's going to give them to you. That's His promise, not mine, and it's contained many places in this book if you want to go looking for it. But the reason why is He does not want us to be in the dark concerning the perfect plan of salvation through His Son, Jesus Christ. Okay? All that's in this book. Sorry. From the first sin to the last day. So He doesn't want us to be confused. He wants us to know Him and know what His Son did. And, salvation. He wants us to understand. Anyway, I'm going to go on here and read Zechariah 13. So, let's go ahead and get started. In that day, a fountain will be opened for the house of David and for the inhabitants of Jerusalem, for sin and for impurity. It will come about in that day, declares the Lord of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols from the land, and they will no longer be remembered. And I will also remove the prophets and the unclean spirit from the land, small s. And if anyone still prophesies, then his father and mother who gave birth to him will say to him, "You shall not live, for you have spoken falsely in the name of the Lord." And his father and mother who gave birth to him will pierce him through when he prophesies. Also, it will come about in that day that the prophets will each be ashamed of his vision when he prophesies, and they will not put on a hairy robe in order to deceive. But he will say, "I am not a prophet. I am a tiller of the ground, for a man sold me as a slave in my youth." And one will say to him, "What are these wounds between your arms?" Then he will say, "These with which I was wounded in the house of my friends. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, against the man, my associate, declares the Lord of hosts. Strike the shepherd that the sheep may be scattered, and I will turn my hand against the little ones. It will come about in all the land, declares the Lord, that 2 parts in it will be cut off and perish, but the third will be left in it. And I will bring the third part through the fire, refine them as silver is refined, and test them as gold is tested. And they will call on my name." I circled that, and it is very important that we remember this right here, okay? God says, "I will bring the third part through the fire." He's not going to eliminate it. He's going to take us through it. So it's important that we understand that there's going to be fire, okay? "And refine them as silver is refined," okay? And that's how you refine silver. You get it hot in the fire and you melt it, and the scum rises to the top and you scrape it off, okay? "And test them as gold is tested." And the same thing. You melt gold and you can test to see how pure it is by what is in it, okay? But it all comes down to going through the fire. You can't refine those without a fire, okay? Which means, folks, there's going to be a fire, all right? Believers, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. But God will take you through it. That's what He says. So, "And they will call on my name, and I will answer them. I will say, they are my people, and they will say, the Lord is my God." Okay, so that's all I have for Zechariah chapter 13. Very quick read, very short chapter, but some good stuff contained in here, stuff that they've attributed to Jesus and the things that happened to Jesus. And I believe there's also some stuff concerning the last times and things. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that. We just read here. So thanks for listening. God bless.